Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise today in support of the motion moved by the member for Reid. Deputy Speaker, teachers are the architects of our future generations. Not only do they empower our youth with knowledge, skills and values, but they inspire students and foster their curiosity and creativity. Indeed, without teachers, we would have no leaders, no thinkers and no doers. Today, to be a teacher is to be an educator as well as a mentor. In many cases, teachers have to double as de facto social workers and counsellors. And while there's no shortage of roles and responsibilities that teachers today have, there is a shortage of teachers themselves. The demand for secondary teachers is forecast to exceed the supply of graduates by over 4,000 between 2021 and 2025. That means there'll be less teachers in classrooms, higher workloads on those who remain, and poorer quality of education for our children. Deputy Speaker, this shortage didn't develop overnight. Over the last 10 years, enrolments in teaching degrees have fallen by 16%. Only half of those who start a teaching degree end up completing their degree, compared to 83% of graduates across the board. And many of those who do complete their degrees don't stay in the profession. Approximately 4 out of 10 teachers have left teaching in their first 5 years. Speaker, time and again, you'll hear the same stories and experiences from teachers right across Australia about the pressures they're facing. Last year I spoke to Alan, a local teacher from North Rocks, who told me about public schools having overloaded classes, forcing teachers to leave due to the intense workload. In some cases, the shortage was so severe that principals had to step in and teach classes themselves. We know that students have better school engagement, connect better with their educators and behave better when they have consistent teaching staff. But all too often, Alan has witnessed the cycle of attrition. When a new teacher steps in to replace one that's left, they're forced to catch up and rebuild connections. That only adds to the mountain of pressures teachers face on a day-to-day basis. Deputy Speaker, it's incumbent upon us to support our teachers, retain our educators and encourage our community's best and brightest to take up teaching as a career. This won't be easy, and it will take a long time to undo a decade of damage, but our government is working hard to deliver real changes to this system and break the cycle of attrition. This starts with a $328 million targeted investment into our teachers through the National Teachers Workforce Action Plan. It sets out 27 actions that state, territory and federal governments will implement, including $159 million to train more teachers, $56 million for scholarships to encourage our best and brightest to become teachers, $68 million to triple the number of mid-career professionals transitioning into teaching, and $30 million to help fund a trial for new ways to reduce teachers' workloads and maximise the time they have to teach in the classroom. Deputy Speaker, I'm a strong believer in the power of education to lift our kids out of poverty and to help empower people to achieve their aspirations. I believe every child deserves the opportunity to access good education. But to have good education, we need good support for our teachers and educators. For a decade, we've let our teachers down, and it's time to put that to an end.
I thank the member for Parramatta. There being no further